Parole now a possibility for the Menendez brothers after a judge resentenced them in the 1989 murders of their parents. So what's next for Erik and Lyle Menendez in their quest to obtain their freedom? Our Mark Cota-Robles joining us now with more on that, plus strong reaction from the LA County DA. Mark.
Yeah, Mark, good evening. One thing to understand here about this process, nothing at this point is guaranteed. The Menendez brothers will get a parole hearing, but if denied during that very first attempt, they'll need to wait at least 3 more years to try again. This morning, for the first time since yesterday's resentencing, DA Nathan Hochman made public statements about the Menendez brothers. In Hochman's own words, if the brothers come, quote, fully clean about their lies during the trial, the parole board should consider them for parole. But he also believes that they would need to get their risk level reduced from moderate down to low. While yesterday's resentencing outcome was not what his team wanted, Hochman believes arguments made by the DA's office throughout this process were in fact successful. Here's why.
The prior DA had basically shielded about half, over 50% of the facts from the judge, from the public, from even the defense, and made a pitch for resentencing based on half the record. So to the extent that we have now brought forward the entire record of facts and law that can also be considered by the parole board, that can also be considered by the governor, that was our mission.
Well, you've likely heard about June 13th being the next parole board date for the brothers. For clarification, that hearing date was already set regarding a clemency request. Unless combined with this new resentencing matter, June 13th will be unrelated, and a second hearing on the parole matter will need to be scheduled. Keep in mind, in many instances, parole-eligible inmates have had to try several times before being granted parole. Some are never granted release, and even if released, it's not complete freedom. I spoke to legal expert Joshua Ritter. He offered this insight.
They are assigned a parole officer. This is someone they have to check in with regularly. They do have to show that they are making steps to reintegrate into society. That includes getting a job, but it's getting a job approved by the parole board. It's also not associating with people who are conducting criminal activity. There's a lot of things, because it's still viewed as essentially an early release from what your sentence should have been.
And here's a bit more insight about what to expect with their pending parole hearing. The brothers will be entitled to legal counsel at parole hearings. The district attorney would be able to attend, ask clarifying questions, and give an opinion on whether the brothers are suitable for release. The brothers' biggest supporters, their family members who have fought for this opportunity, can attend. If granted parole by the board, it would land on the governor's desk, of course. If denied parole, the brothers would be able to submit a petition to advance the next hearing date instead of waiting 3 more years, like I mentioned. Just like before, all of this and all of the what ifs with the parole board process could be immediately tossed out if Governor Newsom steps forward to grant clemency. He has always had that power, and that could happen at any point, even before June 13th. Of course, the world, Mark and Giovanna, have been captivated by this story. We're not done yet.
Oh, no, another chapter, and it just keeps all these twists and turns. Mark Cota-Robles, thank you.
Thanks, Mark.